Take a look at this number, $300 million. That is the insane amount of money that professional boxer and heavyweight champion Mike Tyson piled up over his career. And get this, we're not talking about a company's revenue or some team's shared earnings. This was a fortune made by one guy, an athlete at the absolute top of his game. You'd think that kind of cash would set you up for life, and then some, right?
Well, here's the kicker. In 2003, Mike Tyson filed for bankruptcy. He was $30 million in debt. He'd earned this massive fortune and somehow ended up with less than zero.
So this whole story just makes you ask, what is going on here? If earning a ton of money isn't the whole answer, what are we all missing? I mean, does it really matter if you're pulling in 6 figures a year, if, at the end of the day, you've got nothing to show for it? Let's figure this out.
Okay, so first things first, we gotta redefine a term we all use, the rat race. Most people think it means having a 9-to-5 job, but that's not it. The real rat race is that feeling, that stressful, endless cycle of living on the financial edge, always just one paycheck away from disaster.
And listen, this is not some fringe problem. It's huge. A study from CareerBuilder found that a jaw-dropping 78% of American workers are living paycheck to paycheck. And here's the part that really gets me. This isn't just about low income. The study found that 1 out of every 10 people earning over $100,000 a year were stuck in the exact same boat.
So, okay, if a big salary isn't the cure, maybe the problem is way deeper. Maybe our whole understanding of what money is just wrong. If we want to build a better financial life, we have to start with a better definition. Remember this from economics class? Yeah, this is the textbook definition. And sure, it's technically correct, but let's be honest, it's not helpful at all. It doesn't tell you a single thing about how to manage it or what it really means in your life. So here's the big shift in thinking. A much better way to look at money is simply as an expression of value. See, when you buy something, you're just trading your money for something else you think has the same value. This is so powerful because it takes all the weird emotional baggage off of money. It's not good, it's not evil, it's just a tool, a yardstick that represents the value we're all trading back and forth. Now, once you start seeing money as value, you can build this really simple but incredibly powerful framework for your entire financial world. And it all comes down to just 2 things, consumption and production. That's it. Think of them as the 2 sides of your financial coin. Production, that's how money comes into your life. It's the value you create, whether that's at your job, with a business, or using your skills. Then there's consumption. That's how money leaves your life. It's the value you use up. Paying rent, buying groceries, all those subscriptions, the car payment, your entire financial health, literally all of it, just comes down to the balance between these 2 things. Now, for most of us, the biggest problem, the place where that balance gets all out of whack, is on the consumption side. Just think about those high earners living paycheck to paycheck. It doesn't matter how much you produce if your consumption is out of control. So let's tackle that first. So why is this so hard? Well, it turns out our own brains are kind of working against us. We've got these things called cognitive biases, like the Ostrich Effect. You know that feeling, right? When you'd rather stick your head in the sand than look at your bank account after a big weekend. Then there's hyperbolic discounting. This is basically our brain wanting a small reward right now instead of a huge one later. It's why that new pair of shoes feels so good today, while investing that same money for retirement feels so far away, even though it's worth way more. And of course the classic, social proof, or as we all know it, keeping up with the Joneses. We spend money we don't have to impress people we don't even like. This line from Fight Club just nails it. It perfectly shows the trap of runaway consumption. When your fancy lifestyle is built on debt, your job isn't a choice anymore. It's a prison sentence you need to keep paying for all your stuff. You literally become a slave to the things you own. So how do you break out of this trap? It's a surprisingly simple 3-step plan. Number 1, awareness. You have to track your spending. You need to know where your money is actually going. Number 2, control. You build a budget so you can tell your money where it should go. And number 3, and this is crucial, safety. Before you even think about investing, you build an emergency fund. We're talking 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. This is your buffer, your safety net against all the crazy stuff life throws at you. Okay, so once you've got your consumption under control, once you've stopped the bleeding, you can shift your focus to the other side of the equation. This is the exciting part. This is production, and it's how you actually start to build real wealth.
And let's be really clear here. Production is not just about your salary. It's about finding a problem out there in the world, coming up with a solution, and then delivering that solution, that value, to as many people as you possibly can. It's all about scale.
Now look, for most of us, our regular job is our main form of production. And that's awesome, but it doesn't have to be the only one. You can boost your production through entrepreneurship, starting a business, or by developing scalable skills, like, say, making content right here on YouTube. Side hustles are another amazing way to create more value, whether it's building an app or creating your own brand.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. When you get a handle on your consumption and you actively work to level up your production, well, that's it. That is the path to financial freedom.
So if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. Escaping the rat race has almost nothing to do with quitting your 9-to-5. It's about breaking that destructive cycle of always chasing the next paycheck, the next shiny object, just to keep your head above water. It's about changing your whole mindset from someone who just consumes value to someone who creates it.
Which brings us to one last question, and I want you to really think about this one. Do you want to appear wealthy, or do you want to be wealthy? Because the answer to that question, well, that's what's going to decide your entire financial future.